Hello students, welcome to online classes of geography of class 9. This is the 5th class of your chapter 2 physical features of India, and the topic that I am going to discuss today is related to peninsular plateau. Its features of peninsular plateau, how peninsular plateau is formed, what are the divisions of peninsular plateau, and what are the relief feature that edges the Deccan plateau. Now the first topic is features of peninsular plateau. Now first feature is it is the oldest landmass. Now why it is termed as the oldest landmass? Because when Pangaea was split up into two, that is Laurasia or Angara and Gondwana land, the southern part of our country is a part of Gondwana land. So it is considered as the oldest landmass. It is a flat top table landmass. Now in the junior classes you have studied about the structure of the plateau, that it is a table structure. It's a table landmass. So that is why when it is a peninsular plateau, it is a flat top table landmass. Now it is composed of old crystalline, igneous and metamorphic rocks. Plateaus are volcanic in origin, and we all know igneous rock is also volcanic in origin, and the metamorphic rock that has been transformed from igneous rock, that is also having the base of volcanic origin. So thus wise peninsular plateau is composed of old crystalline, igneous and metamorphic rocks. Fourth point, it has a broad and shallow valleys and rounded hills named as residual hills. The word residual means left over. Now why peninsular plateaus are having broad and shallow valleys and the rounded hills? Because the composition is of igneous nature, which is very hard, and it is not easy for the weathering and the erosion agents to make the valleys deeper and narrower. So the valleys are broad and shallow, and the rock or the hill structures are not pinpointed or they are not peaked, because it is not easy to erode the surface hard that is composed of igneous structure. So thus wise we are having rounded hills. And peninsular plateau is the black soil area. Now why it is the black soil area? Because it is composed of igneous rocks, and that is considered as a parent bedrock for the soil structure of this physical feature. So it is a black soil area, and it is also named as Deccan trap. These are the features of peninsular plateau. Now next, just see the location of peninsular plateau on the map of India. You see this yellow structure or the yellow shade that is there on this map. This is the entire area that is covered by the peninsular plateau. Here we are having the edges of Aravallis. Here we are having the Chota Nagpur, that is Rajmahal Hills. Southern part we are having the Cardamom Hills. And this is the northeastern extension of the peninsular plateau, which is basically demarcated by a fault. So this is the peninsular structure and its northeastern extension. Now next is the peninsular plateau, its formation. How peninsular plateau has been formed. Now it was formed in during the period of breaking up of Pangaea. Now when Pangaea was broke up into two parts, Laurasia, the present northern hemisphere, and that is Gondwana, the present southern hemisphere. So at that time India was a part of Africa and Antarctica. Now just see the map that I am going to show it over here. See this part. Laurasia, this is the present northern hemisphere, and you can see the Gondwana, which was India was attached with Antarctica, Africa. These were one united landmass. When Pangaea broke up into two, Laurasia was drifted towards north and Gondwana was there. Now see, when Laurasia splitted up, when Pangaea splitted up, after due to that convection current, North America moved towards left. Eurasia, Europe and Asia, they moved towards north. South America also moved towards west or left. And Africa and Arabia, they drifted towards this part north. Even India drifted towards north. Australia towards this side. And Antarctica drifted towards south, means it was same localized. Now when India was over here, just see this part, India. Gradually, due to the convection current, that is the plate tectonic movement, India gradually, here it is written 70 million years ago, this was the location of India. Then 50 million years ago, this was the location of India. And presently, India is attached with Asia continent. So here we are having from India itself one part that separated out, that island country is Sri Lanka. Now this southern part is a part of Gondwana land. So peninsular plateau was formed in this way. Hopefully from these three maps it is clear. United, split it up, got attached with Asia continent. So this is a part of Gondwana land. Now next we are going to discuss about the division of peninsular plateau. Now peninsular plateau is divided into two, central highlands and Deccan plateau. Now just see this map and see the divisions. It is our own map country. This entire is the central highland region. And this is the Deccan plateau, and this is the eastern part extension, easternmost extension of the Deccan plateau. Now I'm just relating this. Here it is totally demarcated. Deccan plateau, central highland. In between we are having one river, that is river Narmada. North of river Narmada is the central highland. South of river Narmada is the Deccan plateau. So in between the river that is flowing over here is river Narmada. The northern part demarcated is the central highlands, and the southern part is demarcated as the Deccan plateau. Now just see the divisions of the central highland. This is Malwa plateau, the second Bundelkhand, third Baghelkhand, and this is Chota Nagpur plateau. So the central highlands is divided into four parts: Malwa, Bundelkhand, Baghelkhand and Chota Nagpur plateau. And the Deccan plateau is also divided into four parts. This is the Deccan Trap region, this is Western Ghat, this is Eastern Ghats, and this is the northeast extension. So hopefully the divisions of the peninsular plateau is clear. The demarcation between the central highland and the Deccan plateau is due to a river, that is west flowing peninsular river named as Narmada. Now the next is the features of the central highlands. Now the central highland features are number one, it is elongated shaped land. You can tally the map from the previous slide. Second, major area of Malwa plateau lying north of river Narmada, just now I explained, and it is bounded by Vindhyan ranges in the north, Satpura ranges in the south, Aravalis on the northwest, Bundelkhand and Baghelkhand in the east, and the Chota Nagpur plateau more eastward. Now the central highlands are wider in the west and narrower in the east, and the rivers draining in the region indicates the slope, that is from southwest to northeast, and the rivers which are draining are Chambal, Betwa, Sindh and Kain drains the river. Now these four rivers meet with river Ganga in the northern plains. So these rivers you will study in the drainage part also. These four rivers are named as peninsular tributaries of river Ganga. Why? Because they are not originating from Himalayan ranges, rather they are originating from peninsular plateau. So these four are termed as peninsular tributaries of river Ganga. Now next, the eastward extension of central highland is drained by river Damodar. This is also a tributary of river Ganga because it joins the river from the part of Central Highland. This is also a peninsular tributary. Now just see the map of Central Highland. You can see it is entirely elongated shape. Western part is wider, eastern part is narrower. Here we are having the Malwa plateau, here Bundelkhand, Baghelkhand, and this is the Chota Nagpur plateau. And on this map you just see Chambal, Sindh, Betwa, Kane. This is river Ganga. They are meeting river Ganga. And here also from Chota Nagpur plateau, river Damodar is originating and meeting river Ganga. This is the Chota Nagpur plateau. It is originating and meeting river Ganga. So these are considered as the peninsular tributary of river Ganga. This is the structure, the features and the draining out, that is the river system of Central Highlands. Now next is Deccan Plateau. Features of Deccan Plateau. Deccan Plateau is triangular shaped landmass. It lies south of river Narmada. Satpura range marks its northern boundary. Mahadev Hills, Kaimur Hills and Maikal Hills form its eastern boundary. The height is more in the western part of the Deccan Plateau and slope gently eastward, and Meghalayan Plateau is the eastward extension which is located in northeastern India. And this division of Meghalayan Plateau and the Chota Nagpur Plateau is by a fault. And in Meghalayan Plateau we are having parallel prominent hills running from west to east direction. They are named as, hopefully it is very familiar to you, Garo Hills, Khasi Hills and Jayantia Hills. Now just see the map of Deccan Plateau. See, this is the entire structure of triangular shape landmass, Deccan Plateau. This is Western Ghat, this is Eastern Ghat. Okay, and what is over here? This is the part, that is this part is the Meghalayan Plateau, and over here this Chota Nagpur Plateau is over here and the eastern part of the Deccan Plateau, and over here it is a fault. It is termed as Malda Fault. That is the Ganga Basin area termed as Malda Fault. So this is entirely the shape of Deccan Plateau. Now next comes the Western Ghats. We are having the two relief features that edges the Deccan Plateau. Just now I have shown you on the map the Western Ghat. Now that is the features of Western Ghat lies parallel to western coast. It is a continuous stretch and can be crossed through passes. Now passes are basically, already we discussed about the term passes, mountain passes in the first chapter. These are the natural path that has been developed at the time of the mountain formation. Now there are three passes that is there present in the Western Ghat: Thal Ghat, Bhor Ghat and Pal Ghat. The three ghats is named as ghat, but those are the three passes through which it can be easily crossed. Next, it is higher than the Eastern Ghat. That means the height of Western Ghat is comparatively more than that of Eastern Ghat. The elevation ranges from 900 meter to 1600 meter. Extension is there from Tapi Valley to Nilgiri Hills. Next, height of Western Ghat increases from north to south. That means height is 900 meter in the northern part and it is 1600 meter in the southern part. And it receives orographic rainfall. Now hopefully what is this orographic rainfall? You have studied this part in class 7. Oro means relief. So the rainfall that is due to the obstruction of a relief, that is orographic rainfall. The winds which are coming from the Arabian Sea, it is being blocked by the Western Ghat because it is highly elevated. Nearly from 900 to 1600 meter is the elevation, average elevation. So the winds, the moisture laden winds are being blocked by the Western Ghats, and as a result it gets the moisture or it gets the precipitation. So when any rainfall is there due to, that is obstruction of the relief, that type of rainfall is termed as orographic rainfall. So Western Ghat receives orographic rainfall. The highest peak that is located in the Western Ghat named as Anaimudi and Doda Betta. Now next, just see the Western Ghat region. This is the Tapi Valley, this is the Nilgiri Hills. Entirely it is a Western Ghat stretch. Northern Western Ghat is there in state of Maharashtra. Central Western Ghat is there. This is the Nilgiri over here. Central Western Ghats is there in the state of, covering the state of Karnataka, and the Kerala part is there. Even edges of Tamil Nadu where the Nilgiri zone is there. It is also a part of Western Ghat. So Tapi Valley to Nilgiri is the stretch of Western Ghat, and it is a continuous stretch. Now Thal Ghat, Bhor Ghat and Pal Ghat are the three passes that is there. Due to those passes, it can be crossed easily. Now next comes the next edge is Eastern Ghat. Now what are the features of Eastern Ghat? As usual, it lies parallel to the eastern coast. It is discontinuous stretch due to draining of the rivers towards the east. Now you have heard about the name of the rivers Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri. These rivers are having their origin in the Western Ghats, and they are draining towards the eastern side of our country and draining to Bay of Bengal. So when they are draining to Bay of Bengal, they are dissecting the Ghat region, and that is why it is not a continuous stretch. It is a discontinuous stretch. Here the elevation is comparatively lesser than that of the Western Ghat. That is, average elevation is 600 meters. Now they extends from Mahanadi Valley to the Nilgiri Hills. This side, that is Eastern Ghat, receives cyclonic rainfall from northeast monsoon. Now when the winter rainfall, northeast monsoon means winter rainfall. Now when there is a winter rainfall, that is in the month of December, January, we receive the rainfall. At that time, when we are having the cyclonic activities over the Bay of Bengal, Eastern Ghats receives the rainfall. So thus wise it is termed as cyclonic rainfall, and it is due to northeast monsoon. Now the important peaks that is present over here is Mahendragiri, Chevroy Hills, Javadi Hills. So these are the features. Now just see the location of the Eastern Ghats. This is Odisha, where we are having the Mahanadi Valley, and this is the zone of Nilgiris. So we are having a discontinuous stretch. Here it is not clear. Here it is being entirely shaded out. But river Godavari is draining out. River Krishna is draining out. River Kaveri is draining out towards Bay of Bengal. So the resultant, they are being dissected. So it makes a discontinuous stretch. And just see this map. When the winds are coming in this direction, they are during the winter season, this part of our country receives the cyclonic activity from the Bay of Bengal. Thus wise it receives cyclonic rainfall. Now next we are having the last part of the topic, that is residual hills. Already I mentioned it in the features of Peninsular Plateau, that residual hills are there in the Peninsular Plateau. Now highly eroded hills found as a broken hill is termed as residual hills. Now just see the picture. You can see this picture, rounded hills are there because this is a hard structure, and it cannot be eroded by the agents of erosion, or cannot be easily weathered out. So it is rounded. Now just it is a picture of Aravalli ranges, and Aravalli ranges are situated over here in this part of Rajasthan. So from here we are having our extension of the Peninsular Plateau. Hopefully the entire notes and the explanation is clear to each and every student. Now there are two questions given under the worksheet. differentiate between Central Highlands and Deccan Plateau. It has to be written in a tabular form. Don't copy the entire notes and send me the picture of the note that has been given over here. Differentiate between the Western Ghats and the Eastern Ghats. Similarly, in a tabular form, just write down the differences. Please don't send the notes. It is the work that you have to do it by yourself in the copy. If you are having any doubts, mention it in the comment section, and all are not following the that is the classes because they are not submitting their worksheet. It is compulsory for each and every student to submit the worksheet. Don't submit the notes that I am giving in the slides or I am giving in the that is a PDF form in the note section, in a note form. Don't give me the picture of those notes. Just give me the worksheet questions in a way that I am asking you to do it. And it is compulsory for each and every student to submit because we are keeping a record of each and every worksheet, and your assessment will be there on this basis. Thank you for following the class.